I do something called the 5-star shout out. I love to say this line. I'm not gonna say it because I don't believe in it. I don't believe in. You can't make a. You know what I'm talking about.
Morning! How's everybody doing out there? Morning, Mr. Radio. What's going on, Chocolate Girl?
Hello, Dennis. It's Chocolate Girl here on Saturday, my favorite day of the week.
Best thing that's going on Saturday morning is me and the Chocolate Girl coming to you every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Check us out. Listen to us. We have things to talk about. We got people that we bring on that brings us great things as well. I love our guests and I love our time together. But you know what? You know, we met, me and you met, it's been like 3 years now. And we met during the pandemic. That's when we met. You know, this big COVID. It was people was terrified well, some states were terrified to go outside. Other states just didn't care. Let's just say that. Some people were terrified to go outside. Some people were just outside wondering why wasn't nobody else outside. Like what was going on? You know what I mean? They had no idea. So those are just some of the things that I was just noticing. I named today's show the Endemic because a lot of people are saying this is the end of the pandemic. That's what a lot of people are saying. I heard some people saying that there's another round of COVID that's about to come. How do you feel about it at this point in time?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah. How you feel about the
I still feel the way that I felt all along. I feel that people don't take it seriously, largely because of some boneheads that put out all that misinformation. And I feel that if people let their guard down, we're gonna go through a whole nother pandemic, serious pandemic, where you have the refrigerator trucks all lined up and people walking around with hazard suits on and all kind of stuff because people are not taking this seriously. I don't think it's ended. Not from what I'm understanding. And if you look at the data put out by the CDC, people are still suffering from long COVID, and then new people are coming up with cases all the time. Still, it's just not being talked about. But if it starts creeping up again, it's going to be talked about again. I never got COVID. I don't want COVID. I will go through what I went through again, not to get COVID.
I haven't got COVID either. I haven't got COVID. I felt as though I had something like it before COVID was out. Like I didn't hear about COVID until 2020. In 2019 of December, I got sick real bad. Now I'm not gonna say it was COVID. Now I don't know what it was, but I was sick real bad to the point even my job sent me home, and they never sent me home. I know I was sick real bad. But yeah, during that pandemic, because they say we out of it. So during that pandemic, it was very difficult in the beginning because nobody knew exactly what was going on, what it was. Because at first they just told us, those 2 weeks, and then we were like, all right, well, 2 weeks and we be all right. And then next thing you know, when it just kept going, and nobody knew when we'll be back to being regular. Some people feel as though we're regular now. Every now and again, I'll see some people with a mask on. Do you wear your mask?
I still wear my mask. Yes, I do. In public. Hmm. I don't wear it like I used to. Like I used to wear it everywhere. Even to my sister's house, I would keep my mask on because I don't know where they've been. You see what I'm saying? And so I would keep my mask on, even at their house. Now I don't wear it over to their house, but I'll wear it everywhere else. If I go out to eat, if I go to the store, if I go to the gas station, even though we standing outside pumping gas, I'm still putting my mask on. I'm just gonna do it. That's just me. What about
Yeah,
you?
I haven't worn my mask. I think the last time I wore my mask, sheesh, I don't even
Christmas?
know. Nah, I ain't wearing Christmas.
No, I mean around Christmas time. I'm saying.
No,
Mm.
I
You
don't
really,
have.
you really got confident, huh?
It was a lot of. First of all, I don't like how the back of my ears really felt. I think I had one good mask that I got from Miss Cat, whereas though it was strapped, and I like that one because it was more so like a ninja mask. It was strapped, had the whole, and I loved that one, but that wasn't accepted in places. They were like, no, you got to put a mask over top of that. I'm not putting no fucking mask on. I got a mask on. You got to put a mask on top of that one. Ain't regular, and what they say again. But um, yeah, I stopped wearing my mask. I want to say it was 2022. After I got the second shot, I think I stopped wearing my mask.
No, mm-mm. Still wear it as long. See, okay, where I live in Durham, North Carolina. Is called the City of Medicine, namely because it's so much medical research going on here. Okay, Duke University Hospital is here, so Duke Medical is here, and as long as I keep getting these reports about the number of cases they see in the hospital and the reason why you can't go to the emergency room is still because of all these COVID patients, I'm going to keep wearing my mask. I'm not looking for it to be on CNN. All I got to do is look at Duke. And as Duke goes, I go. It hasn't failed me yet. In fact, at UNC, Durham and Chapel Hill are right next to each other. University of North Carolina Medical Center is what 7 miles from my house, like
Okay.
that. And then Duke's right here in Durham. You can't go to the emergency room at UNC because they don't have enough beds and they don't have enough staff to see patients. Why? Because of COVID still. I just heard this last weekend. I have a friend who works out at UNC. I don't think she's in the medical profession, but she was sick. She didn't want to go to the emergency room. Why? They don't have anybody to treat her anyway.
Mm.
See, that you shouldn't have to be at that point. That's a scary place to be where you don't even feel like you can go and be seen. And then you got these people out here when the medical professionals are telling you this is happening, and you got people out here saying, "Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe it." Why don't you believe them? I mean, why? What reason would they have to make this up? Nobody's putting money in their pocket because they're saying this. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard. All these conspiracy theories. I'm like, what the hell? What is wrong with y'all? Everybody crazy.
That is true.
It is. I mean, nothing can happen anymore without the conspiracy theorists coming out. I don't care what happens. Doesn't matter. One day you go outside and all your green grass is yellow. Some conspiracy theorist is going to come out and say the aliens came down and put some type of poison on the grass all over the world to kill us. Don't go outside. And there'll be a faction of people that will believe that shit. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I was one of them non-believers in the beginning. I didn't believe it. It took them 2 weeks for me to believe it. That's what it took.
Why
But
2 weeks?
in the beginning, I did not believe it. I I did not believe it at all.
What did you think it was? They were making it.
And
Who was making it
I,
up in your
I
mind?
didn't think it was made up. I just didn't think it was as powerful as they were saying it was. That's what I was thinking.
But why?
I was thinking it was on the level of a swine flu. Um, what was the other one? Swine flu or um,
Ebola,
no, not it was another one that was out there.
the bird flu.
The bird flu. I just thought it was on that level. That's exactly what I
But
thought.
why did you think that? That you had to have a reason.
Because it's not the first time you heard it like this before. That's why, and certain sources that you hear from, you just be like, "Well, when y'all the same ones that said, you know what, just ain't believable. I'll wait till I get the full story. I'll wait. I'll wait.
No, I can
Cause
tell
them two
you.
weeks.
I can tell you. I believed it from the beginning because I saw the video. Um, I saw the video from China early in January before anybody started talking about it, and I told my sister about it, and I was like, I'm going to get me some masks. And she said, well, I got a box of masks here. I said, well, I'll be right over there. And I went over to her house and got me some masks. This is before the story even broke. I saw the video of all these people over there dying from Wuhan after they left the markets and getting their meat and stuff. They were eating and they went to this market. I forgot what they call those markets now. It had some unusual name to it. And it was like a whole lot of them at once just died. And I'm like, what? Oh, I know it was a BBC video. BBC.
Okay.
And I was like, what in the world? I was like, this just happened. And I told her about it. I said, you know what? That's gonna come over here because our borders are free. People can come over here from America to America every day from all over the world.
That
And
was
they
that
had
was the one. That
they
was the
had all
one
these,
time.
huh?
That was the one time. That was the one time I believed in him building that wall. That was the one time.
No,
It's like,
I
what,
didn't.
this is the time
No,
for you to
that
build the wall. This would be the
that
time.
the wall didn't have nothing to do with COVID.
I'm just saying, there was a time for you to build. This would be the time to stop people from coming in here with the COVID. There was a time. This would be the one time. The
The
one
wall
time.
wouldn't help. Wouldn't help because the people flying over here is the problem. They flew over here. If you think back, the first cases of COVID in America were from people who flew here from overseas.
Yeah, you should have stopped all
We
that.
went
But
home.
you
The
never
first
knew. So,
the first case in Durham was this guy who had flown in. I can't remember from where. I think it was France. I'm not sure. Came back home from being overseas and tested positive with COVID when he got here.
sheesh.
But see, he had been here like 2 or 3 days and been around all these people. So then other people were sick. And that's how it started in North Carolina. Oh, but it's not real though. Let them MAGA people tell you it's not real.
I still got tests though. I got a bunch of COVID tests.
Look, I don't believe in all that stuff.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said I know people who died from COVID.
Yeah, I don't know
So
nobody who
it
died.
it it insults me when people say nobody died from COVID, or they make up these theories like, oh, that ain't real. They're just trying to get you to take this vaccine because they were trying to do something to black people and blah blah blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? White folks dying from this too. It's not just us.
That's how they felt though. They said we was they trying to force us to take the shot. This is what people told me. They trying to force us to take the shot. And I'm like,
I'm just
well,
so
you
sick and
really
tired of
don't
this.
have to take it. It's up to you. Like I wasn't one who was fast to take the shot. It took me a little while to take the shot.
Yes, I know. I remember.
Man, then I took it. I
I
took
had
them
to I had
two.
to I had to talk to you and pray. That's all I could do.
Yeah, I had to
You
take it. I'm very
and
hard headed. I ain't gonna lie, I'm very
yeah,
hard headed.
you yeah, you are.
I
You
wasn't
hard
fast to
headed.
take that shot.
Mm-hmm. And you don't
And then
listen to the chocolate girl. Chocolate girl be trying to tell you something. You just do not listen to me.
I took the shot and got sick. I was like, well, this is some BS. I took this shot,
Well,
got sick.
okay, fine, but you didn't
But the
get
second,
COVID.
no, but the second shot was cool. Second one, nothing happened.
COVID would have made you feel worse. Then that shot could have made you feel.
And then there was a restriction. You couldn't go certain places because if you didn't have the shots, you wasn't allowed. Matter of fact, this was at a comedy show, to be exact. I couldn't go. This is to go see my man David Arnold. I was gonna go see Two Ray and David Arnold that night, and I had to make sure that I had still got my COVID stuff right here, still got it in my wallet. I had to make sure that I had it,
Mm-hmm.
or I wasn't getting in.
That's right. And how did you feel about that, Dennis?
No, I was cool. I had my stuff.
Well, there are people that were angry about that.
Oh, it was. It was a whole bunch of them outside.
And yeah, and a whole bunch of people angry. And I mean, all over the world, just angry because somebody was telling them they couldn't do something.
Yeah. So this was what they did though. They made them. They had a bunch of COVID tests set up outside at a table, and you had to pay a certain amount of money to get a COVID test to go in to go see the show, or you just get your money refunded back to you.
Well, that was clever.
But
Did people pay for the test?
oh, they made a killing. They made a kill. If you to see how many people was out there arguing, I can't believe they making us out here pay for this COVID test. Look at it.
Shit, go home.
You should have took the shot. That's it. Take the shot. Or
No, they ain't gotta take. Just go home. You ain't gotta see the comedy. Watch it on YouTube. Go home. I just have no patience for people getting upset about people literally getting angry about it. I'm just like, what? People have
definitely.
no sense of the public good. This is a public health issue. It wasn't a political issue. It wasn't about my rights, my civil rights. It wasn't about elitism. It wasn't about racism. It wasn't about um, employer and employee relations. It
Mm,
wasn't about any of that. It wasn't about power, control, none of that. And this is, I have never seen in my life. I'm much older than you. I've been around quite a bit, quite a long time. And I've seen many things. I have never in any time in my life seen such a large random amount of people questioning science in my life, in my lifetime. It scared me because people literally don't know what a virus is and don't know what a vaccine is. And they're out here producing YouTube videos, streaming, and convincing crowds of people to follow and listen them over the scientists. And now everybody's saying the scientist is the science is a lie. Never seen
Hmm.
anything like it before. And still believing it. Bronny James has a heart issue. Do you know there's people out here saying that he had that because probably because of the COVID shot?
They
There's
blaming everything.
people.
They said that
I
about
mean,
Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx.
I know it. They're saying it about Jamie. I mean, it's just. Oh, see, I told him not to take that shot. Everybody that had the shots is not having a cardiac arrest issue or a stroke issue. Not even the majority. The number of people who got sick from the vaccine is so minute. I'm just like, what is wrong with us as humans? What the hell is going on? People believe any damn thing.
No, this is the say anything. You can say
It's
anything.
believe anything. Forget say anything. It's believe anything. Believe anything, Dennis. Anything. I'm just like, what? They sent these crazy people to sent Dr. Fauci into retirement. He's like, I'm retiring. Forget this. People don't want to listen to me. Ain't gonna let you drive me into the grave. Y'all can have it. I'm
Right.
out. This man been right my entire childhood all the way up until now. This man has been involved in infectious disease in protecting the nation and advising all these presidents, Republican and Democrats, all these years. Now all of a sudden he's a liar and getting paid by the pharmaceuticals and all kind of stuff. Okay, got it.
That's how I go.
Got
But
it.
they don't believe. They don't believe. To this day, there's still some people that was like, "Oh, you got the shot?" Like, yeah, I actually traveled. I, I got what was required. I ain't get all four of them shots, but I got the two shots that was required. I travel. I go places. I don't want no restrictions.
Well, I got all four of them, and I'm living to tell about it. Besides, some flu-like symptoms that day and a sore arm, I was fine.
Yeah, that was it.
But
That was it.
versus, I know some people who had COVID and survived, but they have effects from it now.
Yeah.
I have one of my friends. God, she's pretty close to me. She still is wrestling with it now, and it's been almost 2 years now since she had her bout with COVID because she had it early on. So I guess they call that long COVID.
I don't know. That's new to me. I just thought it was you just gonna have effects from COVID for the rest of your life.
They
I
call it
don't.
long COVID. It's called long COVID because what happens is you keep having recurring symptoms, even though it's not recurring COVID, but the effects of it. You catch COVID, you sick for a while. They give you whatever they give you, and you wait it out those 14 days, and then you retest. COVID is gone, and then you slowly feel better. Some people don't slowly feel better after COVID is gone out their body. It leaves some type of permanency, and they're still feeling the effects from it.
Mm.
Yeah, and one of my friends she's one of them.
Now, during all this time, as everybody would say, they was giving out a lot of money. That's what everybody always say. They was giving out a lot of money. People was getting those PPP loans, and in our city, unemployment was giving out a thing called PPA, and
What was it? What was that?
PPA was going to people who didn't even have jobs. So if you ain't have a job, it's usually unemployment. You file unemployment because you had a job and you can't go back to work. They was giving out PPA to the people who didn't have a job. So it was a lot of
Hmm.
people applying for these PPA through unemployment, and they were sitting over there stealing money because I think PPA was giving people. I want to say it was about $10,000. It might have been more than that, but I want to say it was about $10,000. And you had every week you had to make your famous call, and you get your money that came right on the card. I knew some people who signed smokers. I'm sorry, who signed drug addicts up. They signed up drug addicts for the PPA and had cards in the drug addicts' names and was going to the Mac machine every week and taking money out. I know some of them people. They still around to this day. I know some people. You will see them at the Mac machine, 6, 7 cards. They over there, 6, 7 cards deep at the Mac machine. They over there like to just like, yo, my man, how long you gonna be here? Ain't that much money in the Mac machine. I'm here every
It's a lot.
Wednesday,
It's,
Brad. You need
it's
to
a
go to
lot.
another tune.
It's a lot of money in the machines, though, Dennis. It's a
He
lot of
done took
money
it
in
all
the
up.
machine.
Well, I was upset about it. He took all the money.
But here's my thing. You know, how did you feel about the PPP loans anyway? How did you feel when they first announced that they were going to give out these loans? What did you think?
I already had a business at the time, but I didn't have an established business. I'm sorry, I had my LLC. I didn't have an established business enough to get a PPP loan, so I didn't apply for it because I went by the guidelines. That's how I went, right?
Hmm.
People didn't even have an LLC and apply for these PPP loans and got $25,000. I know people that got anywhere
But don't you
between.
have to pay that back?
I ain't paying it back yet. I ain't hear nobody paying it back yet. I ask them all the time too, like, yo, they made you pick. Did they come get you yet? Talk to you, say, man, nobody talk to me. I know we
Well, I
was
mean,
talking. We were
but I
saying
thought it was a loan that you have to pay back. That's what
I didn't
loan
apply for it.
means. You pay it back.
They ain't pay nothing back. They've been sitting there. They done scammed the PPP and they ain't pay nothing back.
Well, that's what I want to know. How did they scam? How did this even work? I couldn't even figure out
The
how
same
people were
way,
getting away with
the,
it.
the, the same way you was talking about how there's people on the internet make videos and say, "Hey, you don't have to take that shot. Don't do it." There's people on the internet make a video say, "Hey, you want to get a PPP loan? All I need is this such and such information. Hit me up in my inbox." They'll hit them up. They'll fill out the paperwork
But
form.
you still got to fill out the paperwork. Don't they
They
check the
fill,
paperwork?
they fill out the paperwork form.
I know, but I'm saying, but didn't they have to have a real business?
Uh, Again, I know 2 or 3 of them ain't got no real business. Still ain't got no LLC to this day. Like, ain't get the money and said, let me get an LLC, to cover it, just in case. No, no, no. Went through that $26,000, went through that $18,000 or whatever they got in between that range, went through all that and still broke now. Telling you, I know them. Some of them watching the show. They gonna hit me up in a minute. I'm telling you, I know 'em.
Well,
Some of them are listening to this show in their car. I know them.
well, I don't know if I know anyone who's done that. I can just tell you that none of my friends excuse me, have told me that they've done that. Nobody. I don't know anybody.
It was going far for that. It was every scam thing that could go on. You know, during the riot, the George Floyd riot. They was out there stealing sneakers. These all the same people. These all the same people, right? They got the PPP, the PPA, and they getting unemployment as well. They out there stealing sneakers, and they just stole from the liquor store. These are all this all the same group of people, Sharon,
Well,
and they still out here.
your luck runs out. You can only
Yeah,
scam for so long.
for so long. You are absolutely right.
Hmm.
For so long, and
See,
I wish
everyone I
them well.
know that applied for the PPP, they have real legit businesses.
Yeah. Some people I know had real legit businesses. Some others, nope.
Mm,
They was out here scheming and scamming their way through.
I don't get it.
And they used to make their little Facebook posts. I've been to jail before. I go to jail for 20,000.
I'll go
I
to
go,
jail for 20,000.
I've been to jail for less. I go to jail for 20,000. That
Man,
be
you
their
out of your
Facebook post.
mind.
That be
Out of
that
your
be their
mind.
Facebook post.
Mm-mm.
They be dead serious about it too. I go to jail for 20,000. They ain't nothing.
I can't go to jail for nobody. Not for 20,000, not for 50,000, not for 100,000. No. I'm too pretty for jail. I ain't trying to go to no jail. No. You see the way those women look in jail when they once they go in jail? Ooh, come out looking like men. That ain't for me. Nope.
Dude,
I'm too much to chocolate. Not doing it.
I
No, sir.
understand. I definitely understand.
I like my freedom too much.
I understand. I like my freedom as well.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go to jail for nobody. That's just not my thing.
I
But you
used to.
remember during this time though, how crazy people were. Every time I turned around, there was another video of some crazy person in the store coming in with no mask and coughing on people intentionally
Oh
and
man,
crap, getting beat up in the parking lot. People telling them get the hell out the store. But go home, go home.
I just don't understand people, and people get mad after they cough the way that you look at them. Like we ain't just go through this pandemic, sir. Like stop. Like if you cough, it's like yo, my man, yeah. Oh man, I ain't got no coke. You don't know you got it or not.
You really don't.
You cough. If
Anytime.
you cough, is a situation. The public service announcement. If you cough, we're looking at you like you got COVID. Okay. Public service announcement. All right. You don't like it? Don't
Stay
cough.
home. That's what I
That's it.
say. Stay home.
I'm tired of
I
y'all,
say
man.
stay home.
Soon as y'all go, and y'all look, why you looking at me like that?
Because
You
you
cough.
coughing.
That's it.
You coughing. That's right.
Cough, COVID. That's it. They go right together.
Tell them people in a minute, go home. Go home, stay home. You don't like it? Well, I have to shop. Nope. You can call what you call that thing where they bring
Instacart.
you
Instacart.
Instacart. That's right.
Instacart
Call
made plenty of
Instacart.
money.
You don't even have to come in the store. We have drive up service at these grocery stores now. You can order your groceries online, pull up in the spot, they bring it to your car. You ain't even got to get out. Don't tell me you got to come in the store. No, you just want to stir up something so you can call us sheep. Man yelling, talking about y'all sheep. Y'all sheep. I said, well, bye bye. Put your mask on and get out my face. I'm serious. I
Yeah, that's a good one.
said,
Bye.
and kept coming up close to me in the grocery store. I was at the meat department. Every time I go lean over here to look at some meat, here he come. Here he come. Here he come. And finally, I just stood. I just sat there and looked at him. He was like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, I'm asking. I'm looking at you to try to figure out what's wrong with you."
You was in the lunch meat line?
No, I was over there looking at the beef and chicken and all that.
Oh, okay.
And I'm
I'm about to
like,
say that lunch meat line, certain times of the month is dangerous. I try not to mess with that lunch meat line in the beginning of the month and towards the end.
"Well, I don't go. I don't go when they're there. I don't go during those times either." And I was looking at. I'm like, "Why are you coming up?" I said, "I tell you what, you go ahead." And I backed up. "I don't want you all in my face." And he didn't have a mask on. This was during the time you were supposed to wear a mask. He took
Yeah,
his mask off. He walked in with the mask and took it off. And
yeah.
he's standing there at the meat thing. I was like, "No,
I
well,
know
you
why.
go
I
ahead
know
and
why he took it off. He's got tired of smelling his own breath, so he kept smelling
probably
ass.
so.
He
I
probably kept
don't know
smelling
why he
ass.
think I want to smell it. I don't want to smell that mess coming all up in my face. I was like, so I stood back. He was like, and then as soon as I said, "Well, you go ahead," all of a sudden he's done. He walked away. I was like, "Mm-hmm. Y'all some effing sheep around here." And I said, "Well, bye bye and get the hell out of my face."
Terrible.
Yeah, you talking about sheep? Call me a sheep. I'm a sheep that's COVID free. I tell you that.
It's the best
It
thing to
pays
be
to
true.
have a Lord. I'm sorry, I got distracted. A plane just flew over, but it sounded like it was like right outside my building, like the plane is
Yeah,
coming down, and it
yeah.
sounded like it was going that way. All right, but anyway, listen, it pays to have a small apartment. My apartment is not the biggest apartment; it's a little small. It's a little tight in here. But the good part about it is, from my front door to the kitchen, it's literally 8 steps. 8 steps. That's it. So
Okay.
what I this is where I'm going with this. When I'm bringing groceries home, I put a chair outside my door and I put my rest of my groceries on the chair. I bring the bags in one by one. In each bag, I take everything out, wipe it down, and put it away and throw the bag away. And I'm wearing gloves when I do this. I did that the entire urgent pandemic. Because the pandemic is still here. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh
But
no, it's not the end
I
yet,
did it
as
the
they say.
whole time. I went through wipes and remember there was a wipe shortage. You couldn't find no wipes nowhere.
Right.
Luckily, I already had wipes, so I didn't run out right away. Then after I ran out, I made my own with some Ziploc paper towels, some bounce. Gotta use the bounty paper towels, and bleach and something else I put in there and zipped it up. Pull one of them things out and wipe stuff down. Listen, I was not playing. The COVID was not getting me if I could help it. I wipe that stuff out, take my clothes off, and see my laundry room is right off the kitchen. So I bring the stuff in. I wore the same thing to the grocery store all pandemic, the same outfit. I take it off, change clothes, put them clothes right there in the washer and wash them clothes. I was only going 3 places during the height of it. That's the grocery store, the doctor, and the gas station. If I ever went anywhere, if I needed to go to the gas station, well, I
During
didn't
the
need to go to the
height.
gas station that much because I wasn't driving anywhere.
What years do you consider the height? You say like 2020 is the height of it. Okay.
Well,
Did I go
2020 is when
anywhere?
it started. It started in March of 2020.
Did I go
So
anywhere?
all of 2020, all of 2021, and darn near all of 22. I wiped off everything I brought in this house. I was not playing.
I went somewhere in 2021.
Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah, I was out 2021. Did I go
I
anywhere in
wasn't going
2020?
nowhere. Mm-mm.
I don't think I went nowhere in 2020.
Mm-mm. I didn't go anywhere 2021 or 22.
No, I'm lying. I went places 2020. I'm lying. I went places. Yeah, I was out. It didn't matter. I was out everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I had a mask
I
on.
wasn't. I was at home.
I had a mask on. I was out.
And I would go to my sister's, but like I told you, mask was on, even at her house, because they have friends and other people are not as responsible. People
No, they're
lie.
not.
People don't want to tell you when they have COVID. They'll sit up there and know they have COVID and go to people's house and not say nothing.
No, they got COVID and try to pass you the blunt. Don't pass
Yeah,
me no blunt.
all kind of stuff.
I'm cool. I don't want to smoke weed with y'all. Smokers, well, I told you, smokers are some of the most disrespectful. And I'm talking about from cigarette smokers to drug addicts. That's what I'm talking about. Those ones that just don't care where they're. Now, the ones that are responsible and, only smoke in certain areas, congratulations to you. I'm thankful for you people. But them ones that don't care where they at and just feel as though they need to spark up and they gonna smoke no matter where they at, just disrespectful. Just disrespectful. Like we don't want to smell like that. Now we was in a certain situation with you. Now we get out. You smell like loud. We smell like loud. We ain't had nothing to do with it. Now the police looking at us crazy. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't tend to hang out with people like that.
I ain't
If
out there.
they most of the people that I'm around, if they indulge in that type of thing, they do it behind closed doors. They don't do it all out where everybody can see them doing it, which is probably
Yeah.
the reason why I don't know they do it.
So I said, if you smoke at the house, it's your house. Do what you do.
Do
I
what you
understand.
want to do, but don't bring that
You
around
smoke.
me. I don't want to
You
smell
smoke.
that mess.
You smoke in your car. That's your.
First
That's
of
your car.
all,
That's your
do you
house.
know how stinky that stuff is? That stuff stinks.
All
None
right.
of it smells good anymore. Back in the day when I was younger, it used to have like a little sweet smell to it.
I ain't smell nothing
It
sweet
don't
on no
smell
roof.
like that now. It used to have like a
Roof.
like a musk, musk, mixed with a little sweet, slight little sweet smell in it. Not now. It smelled like ASS. It just stinks. It's nothing. Nothing smells good about it. And I don't care what brand, what type you're smoke. It stinks. All of it. And I
Now
believe
I'm a
I
person.
believe it's I believe it's because of all that crap that they're putting in it.
I agree. I'm a person who actually partakes in reefer from time to time, but I don't want to go out of nowhere smelling like no reefer. That's the difference. I don't need everybody as soon as they see me, they smell my aroma and they judging me. No, negative. I got enough judgment as it is. I already done walked up. It's already judgment. You don't need to smell me to know. Oh
Well,
no, he hot.
I don't partake, never have, don't want to have. I have zero interest in that. I don't understand the attraction. I it doesn't. I'm like I see no redeeming qualities in it. None. I just
Running
don't.
the radio.
And people always want to compare. It's just like drinking, having a drink. No, it's not. Don't lie to me. No, it's not the same. Get out of here with that mess. But I'm not gonna get all off into that tangent. I'm just saying I'm not around these disrespectful smoking people you keep talking about. I remember when they first made the change where they started banning smoking inside establishments, public spaces. I
Mm-hmm.
remember then people seeing a whole bunch of angry smokers. And I still see some of them when they go outside and they're pissed off because they got to go outside still. after all these years. And I'm like, well, kick the habit. There you go. There's an answer.
I remember that this is how old I am. I remember when cigarettes went to $5 a pack, and people said that they was gonna quit. Oh no, this is it for me. $5 for a pack of cigarettes. Cigarettes was only $2. I
Hmm.
remember. I remember when cigarettes was $1.
I remember that.
I had to go to the store to go get cigarettes for
I
people,
remember when you can
and
buy
I had
cigarettes.
to go. And I
When
had
you
to
can
go with
buy
a note. I had to go with a note to go get cigarettes for people.
You remember when they used to sell single cigarettes? Can't buy
Yeah,
them,
I
buy
mean
them like
they
that
still
now.
sell Lucy's.
Shit.
It ain't
No.
legal, but they still sell.
I'm talking about legally, Dennis. When I
Yeah.
talk about stuff, just know I'm always talking about legally, not no
Ain't legal.
illegal mess. Of course, you could always sell stuff illegally, but I'm saying legally, you can't sell single cigarettes.
Yeah, you can't sell them single cigarettes now.
Mm-mm.
But back then, at that point, you could sell single cigarettes. People used to buy cigarettes for like 10 cents. You just go get a Lucy for 10 cents.
Well, yeah, I remember when they first started banning cigarette smoking inside public spaces, and they would get so mad. And I'm like, why are you mad? This shit stinks, and your secondhand smoke is making me sick. No, this is a public health issue. See, this. I'm always back to this public health thing. It's a
I remember.
public health
Remember,
issue.
you used to go in restaurants. You used to be like smoking or non-smoking.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah,
I always picked non-smoking. And then some restaurants, the non-smoking section was a joke because you still getting overridden by all that doggone smoke.
right. And then hotels used to be like that at some point. Smoking or non-smoking.
Well, the
Now you,
hotels are still like that, where they'll have rooms where you can smoke in, and rooms you can't.
man,
And I always ask for a non-smoking room. I don't want that mess. Have you ever been in a hotel room after somebody done smoked in it? It's the
yeah.
worst. It is the worst. I can't
If they
remember
smoking
where I
cigarettes,
was.
I don't like it. But if they were smoking reefer, they were smoking good reefer. It ain't that bad. If they were smoking cigarettes, I don't want to smell that shit.
You know, I've never been in a hotel and smelled weed afterwards or nothing like that. But cigarettes, yes. I can't remember where I was, but I went in, and that room just reeked. And I was like, oh no. I turned right back around with all my stuff, went back down there. I said, I particularly ordered a non-smoking room because I am allergic to cigarette smoke. You must change this room. Because at first they were trying to tell me they were sold out. I'm like, no, you got a room that's non-smoking. And I showed it to them on the reservation thing, and they had to accommodate. I don't know what they had to do. I don't know if they had to kick somebody out. I don't care. I'm not sleeping in the smoking room.
Yeah, dangerous time. Best thing we trying to tell you out there is just to be safe. Be safe. Be careful, and don't believe everything everybody says.
But that's what people are doing, though, Dennis.
Can't
And
can't
and
believe it.
Dennis, they're believing people who are not the expert. It's just like
Okay.
it'd be like me asking you about what size scalpel to use to do brain surgery. You don't know. You're not no doggone surgeon.
And I wouldn't sit there and tell you to use. Go ahead and use a foreign scalpel.
You wouldn't know. But
I
that's
seen my
what
cousin do.
people are doing. People are out here asking Dennis, the king of podcasts, what scalpel to use on brain surgery. That's what people are out here doing. And then
Not my
Dr.
thing.
Medicine over here, they're not asking him or listening to him. They're going to go ask you and believe what you say. I just never seen anything like this. I swear. I swear this is because of social media and video and even podcasts like we're doing right now. this world has gotten just so caught up in media. It's just crazy. In fantasy.
Yeah. Fantasy rules a lot of things. Fantasy.
Speaking of fantasy, remember when we had Cena on?
Yeah.
And they were talking about that meta universe and all. Anytime you can make money over something, a whole universe that's not real. I said it on that show. You know this world is going crazy.
Right.
They done created a whole world that's not real, and you're making money off of that?
And remember, he got mad that he sold one of his properties for 15,000, and he said if he'd have held on to it, it went for like 70.
See,
But he sold it too early.
in the metaverse, it's
In the
not even a
metaverse.
real place. How you making $15,000 and it's not even a real place, Dennis? Remember, I couldn't get it. I kept saying that to you. You were like, I don't know, chocolate girl. I don't know what to tell you.
I can't explain it to you because I ain't in it, so I can't explain it to you. But there's some people out there that want to be in it because people want to be something that they're not. That's what it is. That's fantasy, like you said, fantasy. People
It's
want to be
all
something that they're not.
fantasy.
Yeah.
Listen, fantasy is old as time. Okay, there's nothing wrong with fantasy, but I believe that the Gen X generation on back, we had that fantasy down to where it was. It's fantasy. It was fantasy. We called it fantasy. We knew it was fantasy. We knew we can pretend, but we knew it wasn't real and probably never going to happen because it's fantasy. No, these people now, it's like they treat fantasy as real. I don't get that. So much. I mean, they're so lost in it. Everybody done forgot what a virus is. Everybody forgot what a vaccine is and how it works. And now everybody talking about we don't need that vaccine. I remember when I was little, getting, vaccinated and stuff. It was never a big deal. You get the vaccine. They create the vaccine. You go get the vaccine, put the little Band-Aid on and go on about your business.
No, you got to get your mandatory shots at a certain age.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for vaccines, we'd have measles outbreaks and all kind of mess up in this country.
Some people don't give their kids those shots.
Yes, but it's such a minute number.
Yes,
That's the reason it's such a minute number that there is no pandemic of those illnesses because of it. Thank God most people understand what a vaccine is and how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
And not believe in all this crap.
Because ain't nothing worse than a sick baby. You don't know what's going to happen.
No.
Nothing worse. All that baby going to do is cry, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And I have a co-worker, whatever. I know she has not vaccinated her children. I know she hasn't in this day and age. And she does not believe in vaccination. That's fine. That's fine. But just understand what that's going to do for your children.
How old is those children?
I really don't know. I don't know. I've only seen them maybe twice.
But is they older than 10 or younger than 10? What would you say?
Younger than 10. Or maybe okay. by now, one of them may be 10.
Okay.
But
she got that.
That poor child, the poor children, they're going to be things that they can't participate in, period. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're willing to accept that, then fine, go ahead. Now, don't get the vaccination. Vaccine's been around forever. There has been no vaccine that kills massive amounts of people all over the world. But there darn sure are viruses that do. So if I'm weighing the odds are I would get sick and die from a virus before I do a vaccine. And that's what the statistics prove. This isn't me making it up. So that's why I didn't hesitate. They're like, let's go get this vaccine. Y'all made a vaccine? Okay. I talked to my friend, the biology and research science person, that friend that I know. I think I told you about that. I talked to him and I said, look, talked to three people. I talked to two doctors and a scientist. And I said, listen, I just need you to tell me straight up. Can they really create a vaccine that fast and it be safe? Yes. And they actually proceeded to tell me about two vaccines in the past that they made in less time than they made this COVID vaccine. But it wasn't an issue back then. Scientists were respected. So it didn't matter. And we still taking them vaccines today.
I heard
So
people say that too. You know how long it's gonna take for them to make a vaccine to be effective for this COVID? Do you know how long it takes to make a vaccine? It take almost 7 years. I remember people saying
no,
that.
it does not. It does
I
not
remember
require 7 years.
that's what they were saying. I never said it was true.
No, I know. I know what they were saying.
I didn't believe that 7 years or it was gonna take too long
Mm-mm.
for the vaccine. I just
See,
said I wasn't gonna be the first one to
the
take
what's it, the FDA and the Food and Drug Administration, yeah, the FDA, they have certain guidelines and they make you do like 5 to 7 years of trials before they will certify certain drugs. That's what they're talking about. And they're getting that confused over in the vaccine state. And it's not handled the same. And then when somebody tries to explain it to a lay person, they don't understand. It's supposed to all be the same. That's how we think, because why? We're not scientists.
exactly.
Then darn it, you're not a scientist. And how are you gonna sit up there and tell the scientists more about what they just it's just like me. There's nothing you can tell me about handling an auto insurance claim. There's nothing you can tell me, Dennis, because I know it too well. How I look trying to go tell Dr. Fauci about this virus and the vaccine. I don't know nothing about that. Man, but you got these YouTube scientists. I'm telling you, these YouTube gonna kill folk. I'm just telling you, everybody gonna be watching the YouTube and doing what anybody say. I'm telling you, boy.
Well, as you heard what Shannon said, don't be listening to everybody.
They do.
Be listening to everybody.
They do. I don't get it.
You can listen to us because all we preach here is happiness. Just want to let you know that we preach happiness. End of the day, Side Jawn, we just telling you, we just want you to be happy. We're gonna talk about issues that went on in the world, like this pandemic, and people now calling it the endemic. But at
I
the end of the
swear I
day, at
never
every
heard that.
show,
I never heard that until you said it, endemic. I'm like, what is that?
at every show, just let you know, we preach happiness. Chocolate girl, you got any last words?
My last word, I think I said this a couple of weeks ago. Go get a freaking library card. Get up out your house, put that computer down, and go get a library card and go read something. The crap that you watching on YouTube all day, if you want to learn something for real, go to the library, pick up a book that's credible, and read it. Broaden your attention span. Stop with this 5 minute attention span mess. Read something. I'm just telling you, y'all better read something. I'm telling you, this
They,
world is going, this world
they
is
not
going
even giving.
crazy. By the
They not
time
even giving
I'm
us 5 minutes.
old, by the time I'm old and we depending on these younger people to make decisions for this country, boy, that's a scary thought. Because these people they don't believe fat meat greasy. I'm just saying. They don't believe it. Go read books, y'all. Go get a book. Get an encyclopedia. If you don't know what that is, you really need to run to a library. You really do. If you don't know what an encyclopedia is, get your behind to a library quickly, because
Run.
I'm telling you, because this digital world is dumbing down the world. I'm telling you. So that's my final thought. Go to the library.
Last thing I'm gonna say is attention spans ain't going for 5 minutes. You giving them too much credit.
I know.
Yeah,
15, 30 seconds.
is the most. That's all you got. You got 30 seconds to convince them on what you're saying, and see them
Dennis,
and
that
them
is the
YouTubers.
reason why. That's the reason why in our analytics that we look at all the time for our shows, we look at what? 3-second views, 15-second views,
And 1 minute views.
1-minute views. It's like, what? People literally are looking at a video 15 to 30 seconds and then going on to the next one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, thank y'all for coming out.